where the mortal remains of 40 Bravehearts has been brought to the national capital. Nalini joining us with the latest details as the Army Chief also reaches the Palam Technical Airport. 40 Bravehearts were en route to take charge in Pulwama. They were part of a convoy that was carrying over 2,500 CRPF personnel when they were attacked by a Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist. The mortal remains have touched down in New Delhi. Nalini.
Yes, Niranjan, and that's exactly, those are the live visuals that we are getting to you on your screens from the Palam airport. What we're given to understand is that the Prime Minister is inside the airport to pay tributes to these 40 fallen soldiers who will be reaching here almost any minute now. I believe the plane has landed. That's the information that we're getting from inside. And the Army Chief also just went in just a few minutes back. And what we're given to understand is that Rahul Gandhi is also going to be present at the Palam airport to pay his tributes to these CRPF Jawans who are going to be reaching the national capital any minute now. The officials within the Home Ministry have told us that arrangements have been made to ensure that all of these mortal remains go back home across the country, back to their families. But at the same time, what we're also given to understand is that there are few of these soldiers who still remain unidentified because of how grievous the attack was. So there will be officials looking into it from within the CRPF, but at the same time, the Prime Minister has reached, the Army Chief has reached right now, and we can expect for Rahul Gandhi to also be present here at the Palam airport to pay his last respects and to pay tribute to these 40 fallen soldiers. Of course, the Home Minister Rajnath Singh is accompanying these mortal remains all the way from Srinagar right up till here in the national capital, and just in a few minutes from now, we've just seen a few minutes back the CRPF trucks going inside the Palam airport to accompany these bodies and to bring them back home. And just in a few minutes from now, we can expect for these trucks to leave right from that gate that you can see on your screens right now, along with the Prime Minister, along with the Army Chief, also likely along with Rahul Gandhi as well as the Defence Minister, who will all be paying tributes to these 40 Jawans who have unfortunately lost their life. And Niranjan, just to give you a sense, we are right here at the Palam airport, and even though there is a large amount of media contingent that has gathered here, there is still so much grief in the air right now, even right here, as the nation awaits for their Bravehearts to return back home after having served the country, after having laid down their life. It's extremely saddening moment, and for at least this moment, while we wait to receive our Bravehearts, all the anger, of course, the anger can't be forgotten, but at the same time it needs to be set aside, because it's the time to bring back these soldiers back home for the one last time after all that they've done for the country.
All right. Nalini, Shivani, the side will continue to stay with these visuals. We're also being told that the Army Chief and Defence Minister are also there now.
Yes, Shivani, just a few minutes back we got you the live visuals of the Army Chief reaching the Palam airport. Yes, we are also given to understand is that the Defence Minister is also going to be there, not only to accompany the Prime Minister but also to pay her tributes and to pay the last respects to these 40 fallen soldiers. After they leave from those gates of the Palam airport, we're given to understand that all of these bodies will be taken back home. Just for a quick recap, again, we're given to understand that almost 9 of these will be heading towards Prayagraj. Of course, accompanied by the CRPF professionals. 6 of them will be heading towards Pathankot and the areas around Pathankot, and 25 of them will travel by road from the national capital around the areas around Delhi. So keeping that in mind, we are given to understand that the plane has also landed inside the Palam airport. So in just a few minutes from now, we can expect for those mortal remains to be deboarded. We can expect for the Prime Minister, the Home Minister Rajnath Singh, the Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, along with the Army Chief to all be present right here, and they will be coming right out of those gates. You can see the massive amount of security that has already been put in place, and of course there are also there's also additional security of the CRPF officials who's also present around the Palam airport, which will be moving towards the gate closer to when the mortal remains are going to be taken out from there. There's a large amount of media contingent, of course, waiting right here, awaiting these fallen soldiers to come back home for one last time. And Shiva, Shivani, just to get you a quick update from the Palam airport,
Yeah.
all of the dignitaries have reached the Palam airport. They will all be paying their tributes to these soldiers as they are being deboarded from the plane into the trucks that will finally take them back home for the one last time on their last journey.
और निश्चित तौर पे सरकार की तरफ से भी इस बात के लिए सावधानी बरतने की चेतावनी दी
Yes,
गई है
yes.
कि टेलीविजन
Nalini, stay with us. We are live on those visuals as preparations are being made. And Colonel Anil Bhatt, I want to come to you. Even as we beam these visuals, what is most important is that, you know, the sacrifice, the bravery, the honor, and the memory of these Jawans has to be protected. And the best way to do that is to ensure that India does not bleed anymore.
जो वार पैदा हो इसे एक ऐसी घटना के रूप में जिसके राष्ट्र का स्वाभिमान जो हमारे सैनिक जो हमारे जवान शहीद हुए हैं उन्होंने देश के लिए अपनी कुर्बानी दी है इस बात के जज्बा को बनाए हुए जो सरकार के नेतृत्व में जो काम चलेगा विपक्ष के सहयोग से जो काम
Colonel Bhatt, can you hear me?
कार्रवाई होगी उस पर जनता को भरोसा देने के लिए करें अपनी तरफ से कोई
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, Brigadier J.S. Khera
Hello?
wants. Okay, sir, please go ahead. If you could hear
Can you
my
hear me?
question.
Yes. Yes, I heard your
Sir,
question.
we can. Go ahead.
To make sure that we don't bleed more, that we don't bleed every day, and innocents don't die in this decades of terrorism perpetrated by Pakistan. We have to make sure that, again, at the cost of being repetitive, I will keep repeating that the separatists and their network has to be disabled. They have to be removed. They have to be separated from this valley. The separatists have to be separated because even if you remove their security, till they are there, they will keep doing what they are doing so far. They are not going to stop. They've got enough of.
Yes. We've talked about this.
enough
We've
of
touched on this
support
aspect,
from
sir.
Pakistan
And I
and
take
its
your point and I
ISI.
go across to PK Barbora, former Air Vice Chief, once again, who could not finish his earlier thought. So we stay with these pictures as we pay our respects collectively. Your thoughts once again.
No, like I was saying, post Mumbai, our chiefs were called only after 24 hours. And then, unfortunately, we were asked as to what can we do in case of Mumbai type of attack. We had plans ready. We even discussed it with the government. And we are ready to pass a very strong message after an incident or aggression like this, which would pass the message which will be appreciated by the international society, and we will try and ensure no collateral damage. We are ready. I am sure the plan still exists today. But again, we being called soft because of this reason, we are not taking the action that we need to take. Don't forget, military diplomacy is the one which can be used any time by any nation to send a message. Are we doing it? Yes, our forces are ready. But is the civilian government
So, sir,
or
what would your
political will
response be
there
to
to
those-
use the military diplomacy that we have been trained? Respond to?
So, sir, what would your response then be to those who would say that, Pakistan wants this? India cannot afford this. There's a greater price for India if there is any escalation, and therefore it is India that bears the burden of restraint.
No, why restraint? Why restraint? Why have you got such a massive defense force? You have to use it when there is aggression, and aggression was there after Mumbai, after Uri, after Pathankot, and now. Where is the political will to pass the message? We prepare, the three services and the paramilitary prepare for war. If required, use MNF. Well, most favored nation, what the hell? $3 billion, is that all that's going to impact? Is it going to pass a message? Let us ruin them. Ruin Pakistan economically,
Right.
and you will find that they'll come to the knees.
Sir, I take your point. And
We have to use force.
yes, all of these points well taken, and of course that deliberation will continue even as we await for the government's ongoing response. They're doing their best as far as diplomatic efforts right now is concerned. But let's not forget, Brigadier Khera, just the sheer, scale of this attack, and therefore the sacrifice of our brave hearts. That is the most important thing to remember right now. The pain that their families must be going through right now, the pain that the entire country, in fact, is feeling. And we've brought these visuals of not just anger, but pain and solidarity and an eruption of emotion that has come from across the country. You've served yourself. So as a soldier yourself, your thoughts on the sacrifice?
Absolutely, Shwani, this is extremely sad. And I really want to put this point across to the people across the LC. Damn it, we are going to get behind you. We're going to get real through you. And we're going to ensure that you bleed. This is happening for too long. And we really can't sit on our haunches this side. I don't think we are weak. We're going to strike you real deep. And Shwani, I want to tell you, the Prime Minister made it very clear today. He made it very clear. He has given the army to select its target, the location, and the timing. I think that's a very strong message from the Prime Minister of India to the Chief of Army Staff, and I would say to the services. And I think this time we are going to go a little more than the surgical strike.
As a layperson, we often talk about our tributes, Brigadier Khera, to the soldier. But it is impossible as a layperson to understand on a day-to-day basis also the sacrifice that a Jawan has to go through, working in extremely tough conditions, in hostile conditions, in weather conditions which are so difficult, and not a day goes by when they shirk their duty, isn't it? It is because of them that we can sit safe, we can sleep safe, and that is the message that the entire country kind of soaks in tonight, that it is because of them that we are here today.
Absolutely. Shivani, I think after seeing the visuals on your monitor, I think the complete nation is in grief. There's so much emotions among them. And I can tell you, if some of you who are not in the services, you must see the life a soldier lives in the valley. It's extremely difficult. Look at the people who are serving in Glacier. I mean, it's extremely, and they serve there with very limited leave. They forego their leave because of operational reasons. And I think this is very unfortunate, and I agree with all the families, and I hope we give a very strong message to Pakistan.